Okay, welcome everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We're about to start today. Welcome to our competitiveness module, personal development. So today we're going to start talking about a very beautiful and interesting topic. We're going to talk about Guatemala's culture. So remember that this is our week number 7, and the content we're about to learn is going to be part of your second quiz. Yeah, your second test evaluation. Only for you guys to take this into account. And this is our week number 8. Okay, so what are the objectives for today? Today, as it says, we're going to talk about our culture. We're going to talk a little bit about Guatemala. I really love the quote that I read yesterday that remember that it says that a person, okay, who doesn't know about their culture, about their past, is like a tree without its roots. And that is really very true because sometimes, we don't know nothing related to our country, and you know how important it is, to be aware of all the things that are happening, about our past, about our ancestors, how our ancestors, and we need to try to preserve, those traditions. So let's learn about Guatemalan culture and traditions. Yeah. So we're going to start here talking. Remember, guys, that you can use the application, the Google application. You can use it just to, if you want these translators to be this presentation to be translated into Spanish. So you can please start, like using it. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Jocelyn, Nancy, Vivian, Venancio, Edgar, Leodegardo, Jonathan. Okay, so here I see a lot of students, yeah? So welcome everybody, yeah? So we're talking about Guatemala, yes, that this year we are about to start our Independence Month, which is September, and we are going to have this going to be our 203, years of independence. So that is a great, a time to talk about our country. So we're going to talk about the culture, about the traditions, about the festivities, about religion, okay, and other curiosity or things that probably you don't know. So Guatemala, it said that it is a country rich in culture influenced by the Maya. This ancient civilization inhabited the Americas around 5,000 years ago, known as the heart of the Mayan world. I don't know if you have seen, but there was, like a series in Netflix that was called, the it's called like this. It says the heart of the Mayan world. So that's really very interesting. I invite you to watch, and if you already watch it, that you see, how interesting it is to learn more about our cultures, about the Mayan. Guatemala treasures a unique heritage. Traditions are strongly connected with the Mayan ancestors, and mysticism is widespread throughout the country. You know, so this. And today, ancient ruins, different beliefs, several languages, and unique folklore define the importance of Guatemala's cultural heritage. Guatemalan culture is an interesting fusion of ethnic groups, different beliefs, and combined traditions. Probably you know a little bit about the history of Guatemala, and as in the past, when that's why here we are a country that is pluricultural. We have very different traditions, only multi-ethnic, because in here we have different, like ethnic, we have different, like traditions, even with religions, and how important it is to learn, all with the treasure that we give, that is the Mayan word, because that is part of us. And here, what does the name of Guatemala come from? Probably you have heard different, there are different like versus information, but here it says that the name of Guatemala is believed to come from the Nahuatl word Guatemalan. Yes. And what is the meaning of this Guatemala? That means place of many trees. That's why we also are called like the eternal spring, the eternal spring, el país de la eterna primavera, because the eternal, because of the name Guatemalan, that is called a land or a place with many, many trees. That's why we're calling that. And it says this name was given by the indigenous Nahua people when the Spanish arrived in the region in the early 16th century. The country is known for its rich biodiversity, mountains, landscapes, and dense forests. You had the opportunity to travel to different, places here in Guatemala. You already know, for example, in Tikal, with those places, what is, the heart, the Mayan world, and you will see, those precious landscapes that we have, and that is a blessing that we as Guatemala have, with those beautiful landscapes, with all those forests. Unfortunately, due, to different, situations on the environment, we've seen that some of the trees have been, like falling down because of deforestation or because of the climate changes. But we still need to preserve, those natural resources that are part of our culture. That's why the Guatemalan, name was called like that. And some of them says, eh, that now we are called, like Chapin. We have adapted to that name, because that's the way the people are called. And when they came, when the Spanish, came and when they arrived to this region, they couldn't, like pronounce the name. And some of them, that's why it changed during the times, and they changed it to Guatemala. So that's why it is called Guatemala, and which is called of that. And if you know about, the history when the Spanish, came, when European people, came to conquest, America and those places, and how they started, with the mestizos, with people that started, like a mix of Europeans with indigenous people. And that's why how it's a place with a lot of different, diversities and rich of different, like trees and cultures. But that is when talking about the Guatemala country. Yes, and we need to be really very proud of the place where we are, because God has sent us, He has established to living here in this country, and we really need to learn more about ancestors, about the Mayas, about that's why I invite you, to read more about this, about the Maya heart, because in that they tell you about different, information about the history, about how Guatemala was conquered, and this they also talk about, the colonization. Also, they speak about different, interesting topics that are really very important, And then when talking, we're going to talk a little bit, about the language. And as you can see here, in Guatemala, we have the Mayan languages. So the culture of Guatemala is characterized by being multilingual and multi-ethnic. This is because 22 Mayan languages, so we have like 22 Mayan languages, plus, the Garifuna language, the Xinca language, and the Spanish are spoken. So these are, the 22 Mayan languages that are still, in some regions, they don't use, they used to use the language because, people, they have introduced it with new languages. For example, we here with the Xinca, with the Garifuna, so those type of languages are people, like forgetting. And as you can see here in this information that we have where is the place where people speak, those languages. We have Chimba, Javera Paz. I'm going to mention only some of them, okay, because there are a lot. And as you can see here, we have, for example, the Chuhiwe with Tenango. It's that is spoken, but only in some places of. But then, just like Quiche, that is really, yeah, that is just like very well known language, and that is spoken in Quetzaltenango, Quiche, Reus, Chitepeque, Sololá, Totonicapán, Quiche. The same with Cachiquel, that is still, spoken by Javera Paz, Chimaltenango, Escuintla, Guatemala, Sololá. I don't know if you can look at this, yeah? I'm going to try to zoom this, but I don't know if you will be able to read it. Also, we had the MAM, Quetzaltenango and San Marcos, Popam, Pocomam, Escuintla, and Guatemala. And also we have, here, Carojagua, Huetenango, Quechi, Alta Verapaz, Petén, Quiché. Also we have Sutuil, which is spoken now in Sololá and Suchitepeques. Also we have here, like okay, here it is, Also the other languages, the Garifuna and the Xinca, that is spoken in some regions, that there is, and also like in some places of Escuintla, so people there for the north, they still, have those languages that they speak because people lives in there. That's why it is multilingual and multi-ethnic. So those ethnics, they, still live there. The Xinca that are, they still live in some places from them. So how important, so you can see here, what the 22 Mayan languages. That's why we really need to learn. I don't know if you have the opportunity to speak some of these languages, and that is really very great and very important, for us to learn, even if that depends on the type of job you have. Because if you're studying, and you want to go to those rural areas where they still people speak, and how difficult it is for them to communicate with other people because they don't speak Spanish. So that's why it is very important, to learn at least one of the other languages in order, to communicate it with them. Because, Guatemala, those are the languages that are spoken in here. Okay, so before I continue talking, I really would like, I want you to tell me the place where you are from. Yes. So I really want to know where you are from. Where are you from? I really want you guys to tell me in the comments where you are from. So where are you from? I know you are from Guatemala, but I really would like you to tell me. You need to feel very proud of the place where you are. If you are from Quetzaltenango, Guatemala City, Petén, Reu, San Marcos. So please, I would really appreciate if you can let me know there in the comments, okay? So we can know, because that is one of the, I really feel very happy because here I have students from different part of Guatemala. So we belong to the same country, but we all have, different cultures, different, like languages. We all have different, traditions depending on each region. We all have the same bed in each region. It's difficult we have because they have those peculiar, like characteristics. And what about the religions? What about the religion here in Guatemala? Guatemala is a place, that is freedom of religion. That is free of religion. That means that you can decide, yes, what religion you would like, to have. Okay, your beliefs. Onelia Isabel says that she's from San Marcos. Okay, greetings. Okay, Onelia. Juan Perez, he's from Guatemala City. Yes. Then Jacqueline Suseli said that she's from Zacatepeques, Antigua, right? Yeah, you can enjoy those beautiful, those beautiful landscapes. Rommel, oh, from Petén. But do you live in Petén? Yes. Probably you are from another place, but you live in different. For example, yes, I am. I was born in another place, but I live in a different place, so that's why. But we are Guatemalans. So, hi, Rommel. Yes, you are from Petén. Yes. So you see. So all the other students, please, I really would like you to know. Let me know where you're from Petén. So that's really great. Yeah. So I'm going to continue with the class, and then I'm going to read there your comments. Okay, so religions. So here in Guatemala, the predominant religion in Guatemala is Christianity, with most of the population being Roman Catholic or Protestant. Roman Catholicism has deep roots in the country due to Spanish colonization, but in recent decades, evangelical Protestantism has grown significantly. There is also a significant presence of indigenous Maya spiritual practices, which often coexist with Christian beliefs, leading to a unique blend of syncretism in religious practices. Other religions, such as Islam and Judaism, are present but constitute a very small minority. Okay, so as you can see here, in Guatemala, it is a country that is free, of religion. So we all have the decision, to have different beliefs. We are not like forced to have only one. So we have with religions, people, are evangelical or Protestant, or most of the people practice, Catholicism. They are Catholic because we have La Semana Santa, so we have different festivities and traditions. But also, as it says, in this, recent decades, evangelical Protestantism has grown significantly. But even, also in some regions, they still have, the Mayan spiritual practices. Probably you have heard about Mashimon, yeah, in other, like different, like regions, they have, this, they still have the different beliefs. So they have, Mashimon, they have the different like rituals, spiritual deities, where they, really have their faith, you know. So, and only people, is because when Europeans, when they came to establish in here because of the Spanish colonization, so that's why they established the Roman Catholicism, in here. So that's why when people from other countries has come, when they have come, to our visit our country, and they establish in here because a lot of different colonies, and that's why we have different and other religions like Islam, Judaism, yes, and other just like, but in a small quantity of people that they practices, this type of religions. But we have the freedom, to decide our belief, the belief that we want to have, the religious, okay? Because in here we have different, yeah. So let me hear. I'm gonna read here. We have more students. Oh, I can read here more your, yes, your comments. Yeah, I see there from Chiquimula. Kimberly is from Chiquimula. Vivian from Guatemala City, but your parents come from San Marcos. So I guess you have traveled to San Marcos, right, Vivian? And then Jocelyn Zacatepeques, Edgar Salama Baja Verapaz. I haven't had the opportunity to visit Baja Verapaz, but I guess it's a great place. Abigail from Misco, yes. Imelda Petén. So we have from different places, Kimberly Chimaltenango, Saraí from Momostenango, Totonicapán, okay. Um, Rodriguez Araceli, she's from Escuintla. So as you can see, we have students from different places from Guatemala. Yes. Okay, I'm going to continue reading later. Yeah, and you continue please writing. Yes. And there, that depends, the place you are from. We have different, like delicious gastronomy. Guatemala's gastronomy is so delicious. And as it says in here, traditional Guatemalan food, most traditional foods in Guatemala cuisine are based on Mayan cuisine with Spanish influence. So you see, because when Spanish came, to conquest our regions, and they, remember, the story that they, the indigenous people or the Mayan people, became like slave for them, and that's why we adopt different, like traditions and even with the taste, with the cuisine from Spanish influence. There are also foods that are commonly eaten on certain days of the week. For example, it is a popular custom to eat paches, a type of tamale or made of potatoes, mashed potatoes on Thursday. Yeah, on Thursday. Yeah, we know that it's Thursdays because we have to eat paches. You know, certain dishes are also associated with special occasions, such as fiambre. Yeah, I love fiambre because that is delicious with, already know the ingredients with different vegetables and all. It says All Saints Day of November the 1st, and tamales, which are common around Christmas. So, and also that depends, the different places where you are. So we eat different, how gastronomy, it's, so delicious. I don't know if we have students from Isabel, but it says, well, now let's continue here reading. So we have from Palin, it says, um, Palim Squintla, Pocomam is spoken in Palim. Oh, yes, Pocomam, you see, yes. Then we have from Petén, Teresa, from Misco, Cobán Alta Verapaz, Cristian. Cubulco, Baja Verapaz. I don't know that place, Cubulco. Greetings. Yes. Christian Semuk Champey. Oh, you have that blessing to live in that beautiful place, then Diego from United States. Yes. Did you know that we can have students who live in other places? Yes. But Diego, I guess you are from Guatemala. You live in United States or no? Or you are from United States? Welcome. You're welcome to come here. Oeda, we have from Alta Verapaz, Ixcan. Yeah. Diego from Misco. Oh, so you are lying, Diego. You are from Misco, not from United States. Okay, yes. And Cristina said that it's kind of, okay, Merida, Araceli. Okay, yeah, you eat that's delicious. Yes, yeah. Let us know what you eat there, because we have in different places. So we eat, those special dishes that are really part of our cultures. I really love, eating all this because we can enjoy different, and also that depends, on for example, the festivity, the day. So we associate the dishes, with them. So we use, for example, on Mondays, people are, like used to eat like the calito de res that is so delicious. You eat them, but in other places in Guatemala, we eat them on Sundays. So you can see, yeah. Well, and then what about the clothing? I love, the clothing we wear with those colors because that is really part of our culture, and we really need to feel very proud, because you probably know about the history, but when the Spanish or Europeans came to Guatemala, people used to wear like the same, like the same color or the same way. So they wanted, them to distinguish from different regions. So that's why they started using these different colors, and they adapted this clothing, and they, created their own designs. And that's why here in the West of Guatemala, we still, people use these beautiful garments, which is really part of our heritage. Indigenous or Mayan clothing in Guatemala is rich in tradition and varies by region. Women often wear huipiles, hand-woven blouses with vibrant, intricate designs that reflect their community's identity. They are typically paired with cortes, long wrap around skirts, secured with a faja or belt. Men in indigenous communities may wear traditional woven shirts and treasures, often with colorful sashes. Each village has its own patterns, colors, and styles, with the design representing cultural history, beliefs, and local identity. Okay, so did you know that? So that depends, on the region. So the people, each people, each region has its own clothing. That is the traditional clothing with the colors that they represent something. For example, for a women, for women, if they are single or if they are married, also the way, they use they're different. I'm going to show you here a picture and you will see here, okay? But before continue, let's see here. It says, there are a lot of information to talk about Guatemala. Okay, so, and you can let know there in your comments. It says, um, Ra- Martita, you are from San Marcos, yes? Yeah, the stew is made of beef, yeah? Wendy, Guatemala City, yes. Kaylee from Rio Hondo, Zacapa. So is it really hot there, right? I guess it's really hot. Zacapa. Sergio, you are from San Jose Pinula, okay? Yes. Greetings from San Jose Pinula, okay? I really would like to know more about you, please, because I see here in this stream we have like 185 students. So please let me know where you're not, because sometimes we really don't know where you're from. So I really, yeah, would like to know, guys. Let me know there where you're from. I know we have students from Reo, probably from another different places. So imagine that we have students from Zacapa, Petén. I don't know, we have students from Isabel. Yes, San Marcos, Huehue. So, yes, let me know there. I want you to continue. Please let me know where you're from. Yes, and the dishes and the traditions you have. Yes, because you better than other one know what are the traditions in your country. Yes, Patricia Esmeralda from Quetzaltenango. Yes, Quetzaltenango. Yeah, beautiful city. Okay? Yes? Let me know there. Well, and now I'm going to show you here the traditional dress in Guatemala. Traditional dress in Guatemala, we have it, we peel. We peel. That is a shirt made of, or a blouse made of two rectangular pieces woven on the back strap, loom with a cutout for the head. The sides are sewn together with opening for the arms. As you can see here, yeah, the whip yield, then also we have the faja, There is a hand woman belt or sash used to hold up the corte. You know, what is the corte? This is the corte. That is a single long woven piece of fabric worn as a skirt. So corte as a skirt, yeah, we all know. So that's why here in the West, that's why we all have different like this type of women. You see those beautiful women wearing this colorful clothing that is really very. I really love the way they wear. So I'm gonna show you here because in here some you know in economy Guatemala has grown a lot because in economy use people what they used to export this type of fabric to other countries, and they also sell this type of beautiful dresses to other people in another country. So that's why in economies also has been the same with food. For example, when we talk a little bit food, so how Guatemala has exported a lot of different like cafe, just like the coffee, the chocolate. So the cacao. So I'm going to show you this video. This video is about the way people. I'm gonna show you this. No, I guess it's not here because I have several videos, but I don't think we're going to have the time to watch all of them. Traditional Maya wedding. But I want you to please pay attention to this. Yes, and here it says. Utilities are being preserved in the gorgeous lakeside village of San La Laguna, Guatemala. Founded in 1996, Casa Flor Ixcaco was established to preserve indigenous feeding styles that were at risk of disappearing due to the country's 36-year-long civil war. Today, 23 weavers are keeping Maya art alive using sustainable methods. The cooperative uses 100% organic cotton grown in the mountains surrounding Lake Atitlán. Local plants, not chemicals, supply all the dye colors used in the bold designs. After the cotton is processed into vibrant bundles of yarn, the weavers move the backstrap weaving loom that is intrinsic to Maya culture. It can take months to weave elaborate designs to marry modern style with Maya tradition. Visit the cooperative in San Juan La Laguna or visit their online store to support indigenous arts in Guatemala. Okay, yes, and you can see there, people from San Juan La Laguna, the way, and you could watch there, that's the way and how in economy it's really great because we can export this fabric, yeah, to different other countries. So that's why it has also helped, in economy. And you can see how the way they pay, because this is really art, the way they also invented their own machine, their own instruments or tools, so where they can, like made all these type of fabrics to wear those beautiful, like they can make like different, like rugs or curtains or different tablecloths or even with quilts. So different you can make, Filipinas. So that's why, it's the way they this. I really love, the way. And what about the festivals and traditions? There are, very festivals and traditions here in Guatemala that we can enjoy. I really want you to tell me there that depends where you're from. Let me know what traditions you have and what is the clothing you wear. Okay, so it says in here, if we have more students. Merida, it says in your municipality there were weavers who import their garments and with a household economy. Yes, you know, you see, we can export, this, the clothing, to another country. That is great. How in economy it helps, because we can sell differently. And also Guatemala. We're going to watch that another video so we can continue discussing about it. Yes. But what about when talking about the festivals and traditions of Guatemala? So let me know there. I don't know. I guess we have more students. Yeah, some of you, because I really want you to tell me where you're from with all the Mayan clothing. It says the Poco Mayan clothing is beautiful in its colors that highlight red, blue, green in its fabrics. Thank you, thank you, Araceli, for that information. You see, yes, that's great. Thank you very much. So, but what about the festivals? What festivals and traditions do you have? In the region where you are. So we have here, we can have, like the Quema del Diablo, the one that is okay here in places where they, how they say that is because we want to our sins, to far away from our lives. So we want to do this with because we want the evil to leave our houses. So that's why people, that is the tradition they have. So also we have with all those beautiful dances, also with those with the procesiones, and also with the carpets, acetylene carpets that people, like they really wear and enjoy doing this. Because that is really part of our country, the traditions that we have, what that we based or depending on the place we are from. So I'm going to show you here. I have here another, um, okay, someone, I'm looking for the video I was about to show you because in here we have this. I guess this was.
This is one, once the heartland of the ancient Mayan civilization. Hello, welcome to Opentiera. Today we're exploring the beauty of Guatemala, a country nestled in Central America, known for its rich Mayan heritage, stunning landscapes, and vibrant culture. Stick around till the end to immerse yourself in the flavors of Guatemalan cuisine and discover hidden gems that define this captivating country. Guatemala is located in Central America, bordering Mexico, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. The country can be divided into four main geographical regions. The Pacific coastal plain runs along the Pacific Ocean and contains Guatemala's largest city, Guatemala City. The northern highlands stretch from Mexico south through central Guatemala and contain many volcanoes and mountains. The Petén region in northern Guatemala contains lowland rainforests and many Mayan archaeological sites. The eastern highlands border Honduras and contain Lake Isabel, Guatemala's largest lake. Three mountain chains run through Guatemala, which contribute to its varied landscape. The Sierra Madre stretches along the Pacific coast, while the Cuchumatanes and Chuacas mountain ranges run parallel to each other through central Guatemala. Guatemala has a tropical climate that varies by elevation. The low-lying regions are hot and humid, while the highland areas experience cooler temperatures. It has a wet season from May to October and is prone to tropical storms. The country has several significant lakes and river systems. Lake Isabel is the country's largest lake at over 565 square kilometers. Lake Atitlan is a deep crater lake surrounded by volcanoes and a popular tourist destination. The longest river is the Motagua River, which forms part of the border with Honduras. These rivers and their tributaries provide water for irrigation and hydroelectric power. The earliest known settlements in Guatemala date back thousands of years to the Archaic period. The ancient Mayan civilization began to develop around 2000 BC and reached its peak during the Classic period from 250 AD to 900 AD. The Mayans built impressive city-states across Mesoamerica, including sites like Tikal, El Mirador, and Caminal in what is now Guatemala. They constructed tall step pyramids, palaces, temples, observatories, and ball courts out of stone and wood. They developed a complex writing system of hieroglyphs and texts, including the famous Popol Vuh creation story. The ancient Mayan made advancements in art, architecture, mathematics, astronomy, and complex calendar systems. Mayan mathematics utilized the concept of zero and large numbers. The Mayans were skilled farmers, architects, traders, and artisans. While the southern lowlands declined around 900 AD, the northern Mayans continued to thrive into the post classic period until the Spanish conquest. Remnants of the great ancient Mayan civilization can still be seen across Guatemala through archaeological sites, architecture, and Mayan descendants, keeping ancient traditions alive. It represents a critical foundation of Guatemalan history and identity. In the early 1500s, the Spanish arrived and conquered the Mayans and other indigenous peoples. Guatemala was part of the Captaincy General of Guatemala under Spanish colonial rule. The Spanish destroyed many Mayan texts and converted them to Christianity. There were some Mayan uprisings against Spanish rule. Guatemala gained independence in 1821. After independence, Guatemala.
Okay, so this video is really, I love this because it has a lot of different information, that really it's important. They talk about the history, about the places, about the traditions, the religion, and I really love this. So I invite you guys to watch this all because of the time. We don't have enough time to watch them all, but I'm gonna share this with you. This is like a 12 minutes video, 12 minutes. So in here, we can see all about the history when the Spanish, they came to conquest, our civilization. That's why, how we talk a little about the past, prehistoric, all the history about, what happens, and also about your religions, Christianity, with the influences of Spanish when they came. So that's why it tells about a different, the traditions, even when talking about food with those beautiful landscapes. And all, as you can see, Guatemala is rich, diversity, multicultural because of pluricultural, multilingual because of the languages that are spoken. You can see it's people, it's really with all the different type of groups, the ethnics that we can learn, the market, she, all the different, like people that are part, of the country. And we really need to be proud of it. We mentioned, or even with the traditions, with all these dances, the rituals, their ceremonies that are really part of our culture, because in here, we still can have all these opportunities to learn into more because we need to continue transmit it, because we have to preserve these traditions from our ancestors. So we need to try, for example, with all these traditions that we have with those beautiful landscapes. For example, we have the procesiones, Day of the Dead, with all of the different festivities, with those beautiful rocks, also and with those beautiful landscapes so that are really part of our roots. And now that we can enjoy, how we can preserve all these traditions, and we really need to be very proud of our ancestors and continue transmitting all this information to our children and to our coming generations. Because in here we can enjoy of those beautiful treasures. So that's why Guatemala is called, the eternal spring, and also the Mayan heart, the heart of the Mayan world. Because in here, we need to be proud of it. And how, we came, as I told you before, this is the like the 200, and 3 years of independence that is celebrated is coming, and how, in this video also they talk about the economy, this thing that we export, with the coffee. That is something that also, we can export coffee with cacao, with sugar, of peanuts, yes, and how Guatemala's economy has been growing, because all of its, you know, vegetables, peas, fruits, bananas, all the different, like we can enjoy, and this has helped us, to our economy up in, okay, with all the opportunities that we have. And so that's why we really need to feel and learn more about, this information, because it is very important for us to learn, because some people, unfortunately, they have traveled to other countries because they really see that here in Guatemala we don't have opportunities to grow. And I understand your point. But so what we need to do is we need to be good citizens. We need to try to be very proud, and we need to continue, like doing something, to work and to get educated, to get more and learn more, because that's going to be really very helpful for us, so we can learn more and to be better citizens who can contribute, to our country. So that's why. Okay, I'm gonna stop it here. And in here, this is a very long video. You will see a lot of information. I'm going to share this with you. Okay, I'm going to share this with you guys, so you can just like watch them all completed. I'm gonna share with you via a Telegram, and you will really enjoy this video, because in here, we're going to learn different, about our traditions, about economy, about history, because we don't have more time, And we have the quote for today. It says, "A nation's culture is resides in the heart of in the hearts and in the soul of its people." So we as Guatemala, need to be very proud of our roots, and we need to contribute, to make Guatemala a better place in a better country. I know that we have different situations that and problems with our governments, but we as citizens, we have to do what we really need to, okay? Because we have to contribute in being great students, okay? So, Billy from Petén, okay? So, well, thank you guys for your attentions. And let's continue next Saturday. Enjoy your weekend with your family and friends. Okay, Araceli, you're welcome. Okay, so let's continue on next Saturday. So thank you for your attention. Bye bye.